Hey YouTube, it's Think Museums and we are in New Orleans, the voodoo capital of America. Did you know something like that existed? Well, come with me, let's explore this together. The origins of voodoo is West Africa more than 6,000 years ago. So it's a very old cultural practice. There is a big misconception that voodoo came from the islands of Haiti and Dominican Republic. However, this is not true because we know in the 16th and 19th century, slave ships with captured Africans made their way to the Americas where they brought this cultural practice with them. The name voodoo means sacred, spirit, or deity. Voodoo is also referred to as vodun, voodoo, voodoo, or voodoo with estimated 30 million followers all over the world.
Because his rituals are strong. It's not even, that has nothing to do with the spirituality. That's just...
I possessed some type of spiritual enlightenment that I could cast spells on my enemies. Why wouldn't I do that?
Today we are visiting the New Orleans Historic Voodoo Museum and we're going to be checking out some of the objects that are used in voodoo ceremonies. Voodoo first came to Louisiana with enslaved West Africans who merged their religious rituals and practices with those of the local Catholic population. New Orleans voodoo is also known as voodoo Catholicism. It is a religion connected to nature, spirits, and ancestors. Voodoo grew in popularity here in New Orleans when followers flee Haiti after the 1791 slave revolt and moved to New Orleans. This saw the number of people practicing it increasing and making it part and parcel of their culture. The core belief of New Orleans voodoo is that 1. God does not interfere in daily lives, but that spirits do. Connection with these spirits can be obtained through various rituals such as dance, music, chanting, and snakes. Voodoo kings and queens were spiritual and political figures of power in 1800s New Orleans. The most famous voodoo queen was Marie Laveau. She was a devout Catholic and attended Mass at the St. Louis Cathedral that is just right at the corner of Bourbon Street. She lived in the French Quarter and she was known to help enslaved servants and the escapees. It's said that politicians, lawyers, and businessmen consulted her before making any financial or business-related decisions.
You don't think that's part of
What's
it?
here makes sense, but you should clean the glass so you can get a better look at the stuff.
Is that a talking drum? It is a talking drum.
Dang, they didn't even remove any of the intestines or anything.
Those are called bebes. And so a lot of times in a New Orleans ritual, if you're trying to call a spirit towards the ritual, because you want to talk to them, you might draw this symbol out and it kind of acts as a beacon, drawing them to you. If I were to put voodoo in a very extreme nutshell, it is a religion. They believe in one divine creator spirit, known as bon Dieu, which is good God in French. It's and then they believe in a variety of Loa spirits, and so there's hundreds of them.
I suppose the big question will be, at what stage did voodoo intertwine itself with the Catholic religion, as witnessed here in New Orleans? Or are they still practicing the old form of voodoo in Africa? Or are they being also influenced by the current trend of intertwining it with Catholicism, Islam, or any other religion? Please leave down a comment below if you have any suggestions on this or if you have any answers on this. But this is quite interesting that voodoo is intertwined with other religious functions. If you have any questions on some of the objects that are being showcased here at the New Orleans Historic Voodoo Museum, please leave down your comment below, and don't forget to subscribe, share and like this video so that YouTube can suggest Think Museums to as many people as possible.
There are some Loa spirits that are uniquely powerful. If you look on the wall there, you have 7 African powers. Yemaya, this lovely lady on the blue shelf, she is the goddess of the seas. But then you might also have a Loa that is in charge of like a specific tree or like a protector of a specific tribe. So they do a lot of different things. Have you guys seen American Horror Story? Yes. Okay. So a lot of times people come in, they've seen that TV show. What I say about the TV show is this. When it comes to the rumors and the kind of legends of New Orleans, I think they did an okay job. When it comes to the history of New Orleans, fall of about 50%, and maybe even 80% of what they told you is trash in the end. It's kind of how that works.
Here in New Orleans, just across the street in Armstrong Park and Treme neighborhood, Congo Square served as a gathering place for enslaved Africans. It was a place reserved for African traditions and expression of culture, including voodoo.
Some people are aware that there's possible giving offering, and some people do bring cigarettes, tobacco. But if I am needing to do a cleansing or prepare for a ritual, you can use alcohol or perfume, incense, etc. If you have nothing but you are the offering for the spirit. We all are the offering to the spirit.